Hello everyone, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video, and we're going over the new Legendary Vendor and everything she has for us. This will be a little bit of a review and overview at the same time. I hope you will enjoy the information I will provide just for you. Alright, so the new Legendary Vendor is out and running. Everyone in the servers has been rushing to Barclay Springs to the train station to actually check on Purveyor, the new Legendary Vendor, and she's doing a lot of business, I can tell you that much. Anyway, this video is going to be, as usual, as a little bit of a preview. I can tell you that first I will go over 8 points that you should know about the Legendary Vendor and what can you expect from the system overall, and then I will give you my final verdict about everything really. Is it worth it? Should you invest in legendary farming in Scrip and then purchasing from her? Is it worth it at all? I'm going to tell you at the end of the video, but before anything else, let's jump into the 8 points that you should know about the new Legendary Vendor. Let's begin. Well, if you are looking forward to get a particular item, then forget it, because with the system all you can pick is the tier of the weapon or armor you want, and by tier I mean the stars in the item. So we have 1 star, 2 stars and 3 stars, which is basically what's in the game right now, and that's pretty much all you can choose from this Legendary Vendor, but at least it's something. For example, when you are farming legendary bosses, you might kill a 3-star boss, but it might drop a 1 star or 2 stars. So in here you can get 100% ensured 3 stars legendaries if you want, of course. You can get a 3-star legendary, you can pick the tiers as I mentioned, but the attributes in each item you get are completely random. So you could get any weapon and the stats could be anything that the game has to offer you. So it's very difficult to get a specific stat or weapon type with the stats you want. That's almost impossible, but it's not totally impossible. So my suggestion here is keep trying. The system is there for you to use it and you don't have much to lose, so keep trying. Who knows, maybe the RNG gods will favor you and you might end up getting something that is really precious and valuable for your build. Point 3 is about something that I was quite worried about, which is the level of the gear that you get from the Legendary Vendor. Some people hinted that it would be random as well, just like the stats, but it's not really the case. So thankfully, the game kind of recognizes your level and adjusts the rewards to your level, which means you will not get level 5 stuff. At least I haven't gotten any low level gear so far. I spent around 1k Scrip and all the gear items were between level 45 and 50. So I'm pretty sure that the game adjusts the rewards to your character's level. If not, I'm sorry for providing you some wrong information here. Now, something very important to keep in mind with this new Legendary Vendor is the prices for each type of gear, armor or weapons, and the tier as well. As you can see, all these lines have different Scrip prices, and that's because Bethesda has decided to differentiate weapons from armors. So 1 star, 2 stars and 3 stars for armor have different prices than the same tiers for weapons. So make sure to remember the prices or come by to check them before you are wondering if you have enough Scrip to buy a certain amount of weapons, armors, or both. Just a suggestion, because they are not the same and it can be quite expensive. I mean, if you think about it, you can make up to 150 script per day. It's the daily cap. And a 3 stars weapon, for example, costs 100 script. So you can only get one per day. That is very limited, but if you end up buying a 3 stars weapon, then you have 50 script left to use for the day. So it's important to keep the prices in mind, just to make sure you use it and maximize your profits as much as possible, of course. On the other hand, there is no real cap on the amount or number of items that you can buy from the legendary vendor per day. It's pretty much as long as you have script left, then you can keep buying and buying and buying until you have nothing left or not enough to buy another item, that is. So at least I have done that. There is no limits concerning the amount of items you can purchase from Purveyor, the new legendary vendor. So go on, spend all your script at once, just like I did. I'm kidding. Only if you must, or really want to. Otherwise, just keep it for next time. I don't know, just do whatever you want with your script. After all, it's yours, right? And one of the conclusions I quickly got from experiencing this new vendor is that most of the time the attributes you get in your gear will be very disappointing. So besides random gear like Saltron heads and blades, I also got quite useless stats that nobody wants really. It's not even worth selling to players, I feel like, because now with this system you can get way better gear than before. So why should you be selling people 3 stars that gives you more damage if you are on alcohol withdrawal, or more damage against robots or wood armor? I mean, come on, let's be real here. But not everything is horrible with this system. You can actually draw some really nice gear from time to time. Of course, it won't be always, at least not in my case and probably in most people's cases, but it is totally possible to get the gear you want, or to get stats that are actually very strong in the game right now, just like this Furious Combat rifle that I got as my first draw actually. It was the first thing I got from the vendor and I was like, wow, very impressed. Too bad everything else was not as good, not anywhere close, but that's life. Now, something to cheer you up is about how you can get or earn return on investment by scripting all the items that you don't want for yourself or to sell to other players. So instead of farming for legendaries, just go ahead and script all the items you just got from the legendary vendor and script them. You know, if you buy only 3 stars, then you get a 40 script per weapon, for example, and that's a lot. You know, you script a few and you are about to reach the daily cap. So that's always great to know. I got a little extra for you. It's not exactly a point, so I didn't number it, but it's when you fast travel here or log in here and the door is closed, just like it used to be before today's update. But don't freak out, okay? Because your game is probably just loading all the new information that Bethesda has unlocked today. If you really don't see it for a while, then try to relog or restart the game. It should fix it. Otherwise, just wait like a minute and the door should open by itself, just like it happened here in my case. Okay, so let's move on to the final verdict on this new legendary vendor. Do I think it's worth to use it? Yes, yes, and yes. Why not? I mean, just think with me. Number one, so it's basically the only chance you have to get 100% 3 stars weapons or armors, both, whichever the case. There is nowhere else in the game where you can, go there and get it. You can farm as many 3-star bosses as you want, but that doesn't assure you that you will get a 3-star item. You have a chance to, but it's not 100%. So with the vendor, you can simply go there and get a 3-star item, and that's it. That's just, this point is a very high value one, and just for that I think it's more than worth it. And that's not the only thing. With this system you can also easily improve or upgrade your gear. You can easily try new stats or build try new builds, and you never know what you're gonna get, so it's kind of a surprise element there. I think it's fun because you can get a really good thing or completely useless one. So there are the two sides there, and it's accessible for everyone, which means players who, for example, don't play much, casual players, have the chance to improve their gear now, and that's a beautiful thing. It gives you more freedom. So overall, this system is more fair, it's more balanced, and it also gives you more freedom to try new things in game, and I think that's a really great thing. Now, there are exceptions, and if you are one of these people who plays all the time, who trades over Reddit and other websites and has the best gear in game already, then that's the exception. Then this system and this vendor will probably not get you anything new, but that's not really the system's fault. I mean, you already have the best gear, so there's nothing else for you to get, right? So you could either blame it on yourself for playing too much and trying too hard to get the best things in game, or you could blame Bethesda and the game itself for not providing enough new content to entertain you, whichever the case you choose. But that's not the system's fault, and I don't think you should say it's crap just because it doesn't benefit you in that way. But for everyone else, for the rest of the people, I think it's a really good system. It has a lot of benefits, and yeah, it's there. I mean, what are you gonna do with your legendaries anyway? Are you gonna sell them for caps? Of course you can do that. We used to do that before, but now there is a new currency. You can just scrip it and then try and get even better legendaries to use or to sell to other players or trade with your friends. And that's a really great thing, I think. So that's my final review of the system. I hope it enlightens you in any way possible. And with that, I will conclude this video. So let me know in the comment section below, what are your thoughts about the legendary vendor, and how do you think it can improve your gameplay? And if you don't like it, just let me know as well. I would like to know. Different opinions don't necessarily mean they are, bad. They're just different, and we need to accept and respect each other's opinions. I am Marta Branco. Thank you so much for watching, and as usual, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you are new around, just click the button below. Also, if you would like to support me, feel free to check my Patreon page. The link is in the description of the video as usual. Other than that, thank you guys for watching until this point, and I will see you very soon in a special video that I have announced in the previous one, and I'm very excited about it. And yeah, that's going to be everything. Thank you, and I will see you very soon. Adeus, bye bye.
Wow.